Hello, I'm Magician Jaso, and you're watching Throwdown News. This just in, Animation Throwdown is once again involved in scandal. Wait, seriously? Again? Are we really doing this shit again? Really? Okay. Stay tuned for more on this story. That's right, as what should come as no surprise to literally anyone who has been paying attention, Animation Throwdown has been hacked. Again. Just like the previous hack, the attack occurred just before Rumble began, completely decimating some top guilds. And like before, some players' card inventories have been completely nuked as well. The previous hack was thought to have been carried out by using methods involving gaining access to players' API keys through use of illicit third-party tools. In order to fix this, the developers granted players all new API keys. Clearly, that wasn't the case, as this is happening again. Now, I've seen several people on the forums accusing the developers of being at fault for shoddy security of the game and being a direct result for this hack, and I've seen others with the argument that it lies on the players for still using third-party tools. So I decided to do a little investigating on my own. I went and interviewed some players that were targeted by this attack to get their experiences. Now, for the record, I want to state that I am only taking into account testimonials of players that I've known for a while and that I feel are trustworthy enough to be giving me their honest input of what they have and haven't done. Here's what I found out. So one player who I talked to who was targeted in both this and the previous hack has told me the following. They've changed their password several times between the time of the last attack and the current one, making it impossible that the newest hack was done using a compromised old password in order to gain access to their new API key. What's more, their current password at the time of the most recent hack was a randomly generated string of numbers and letters, making it highly unlikely that the new password was cracked through brute force methods or just guessed. Now, I will say this player did admit to me that they are still using a couple of third-party tools, specifically Zbot and BenderBot. Now, use of such tools can grant access to the new API key to an outside source if one of those tools is being controlled by a malicious party. Now, I highly doubt that Zbot is the culprit behind this for two reasons. One, the creator of Zbot was a highly respected member of the game's community and really has no motive to do such a thing. And two, literally everyone and their mother uses Zbot, myself included. I feel like if Zbot was the method behind this, a lot more people would be hit by this. It would be a lot more widespread. So I think Zbot's out. As for BenderBot, I'll be honest, I'm less familiar with BenderBot. But from what I've gathered from talking to people, it, like Zbot, was also created by a pretty well-known, respected figure in the game's community, and it's somewhat widely used as well, so kind of the same argument there. On top of that, out of all the players that I talked to, I couldn't really find any true overlap between apps used. Like I said, the main apps used between a lot of them were Zbot was the main one, and a lot of people use BenderBot. I didn't really hear about too many other things, and for one particular case, one person that was using Zbot didn't use anything else. They didn't use BenderBot or anything. So I find it highly unlikely to be the source of the leak through a third-party tool. So that doesn't leave very many other options, really. Now, I'm not saying that the developers are at fault, but if you look at their history when it comes to scandals surrounding this game, I'm talking Combo Mastery Gate, Clash cheating, gem loading, just to think of the most recent events, and some of those weren't even addressed by the developers for such a long time, in some cases up to a year after it was first reported by the community they even bothered to do anything about these issues. So, given their past track record and their history of non-transparency when it comes to issues with the game, hypothetically, is it that far of a leap to think that just maybe that a player that was banned by them for cheating that had the technical knowledge to actually carry out such cheats as the clash hacks and all of that and the gem loading, is it such a leap to think that hypothetically one said player could maybe find their way into the coding of the game and find a way to manipulate it on the inside and maybe take advantage of a fault in the game security somewhere? I don't know. Again, I'm not saying the developers are at fault. I honestly, there's no way to know who's truly at fault. But given all the evidence and everything that we know and that we see, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide for yourselves what you think is truly the culprit for it. I will say this, though. Given this most recent hack, not to mention the piss-poor state of the game these days, I think Animation Throwdown quite possibly is on its deathbed. There are bugs in the game that have gone unfixed for such a long time, even game-breaking ones like the one with Steam. The game on Steam is still unplayable for me. The support for the game told me it was a known bug that would be fixed in about 2 weeks. That was 2 months ago, and it still isn't playable. Honestly, I'm getting the impression they don't even care anymore. I think they're just doing the bare minimum at this point just so they can keep on selling boxes month after month. And I would be genuinely surprised if this game is even still a thing in a year's time. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. And if you guys want to see more Animation Throwdown content in the future, I stream this game every week here on YouTube Sundays, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know, on weeks when my guild hasn't been nuked into oblivion by hackers. Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a stream or a video. I'm Magician Jaso, and this has been Throwdown News.